So we live in unique times where the average house in America is right around $300,000. And I want to pose the question, is that too much? Is it too much money for the average person? Well, first let's talk about the numbers because you always need the information before you react emotionally. Because emotionally, everyone says, oh, it needs to be cheaper, house is unaffordable. And usually those people take a nap and don't do anything with their life, or they're not. So let's calm down and not get upset. Okay, I know everyone wants something cheap and everyone wants to sell something high. I understand it. I'm the same way. Adam, great to see you, brother. You showed up today. Good job. So if we run the numbers, okay, first, when you're looking at a house, if it's priced at 300,000 and you're going to purchase it, you have to first understand, are you going to be able to put down a 20% down payment? Good to see you, Marie, on the members only chat. Love to you. The down payment is, for some people, the deal breaker because you need to have enough money saved in a bank account to put down, and you need to have enough money that remains in your bank account for the lender to approve you, because they want to know you have some reserves in order to sustain a financial downturn if you lost your job, etc. Andre, great to see you. So in America, they have plenty of government assistance to help certain people get loans. I got what they call a FHA loan when I owned a house several years ago. That's a federal housing loan, something like that, where if you're a first-time home buyer, you can put as little as 3% down, and that will help you so that you don't have to put the average of 20% down. Okay, 20% of 300,000 is $60,000. So in America, I think right now the average savings account in America is around $10,000. So for the average person, putting $60,000 down, that's 20% of the house, and having another 10, 20,000 in savings, many people don't have that, or some people may not. So they would need to get a government assisted loan, a FHA loan, a HUD loan, etc. For those who have served in the Army, they get the perk of getting a VA loan where you can put nothing down. Okay. For those who are totally destitute and can't buy a house, they get subsidized housing. They'll be a renter. So in a first world country, you have many ways to get shelter. But if you're going to buy the shelter, you have to really start at the down payment question. If you don't have the 20%, you need to look at the federal subsidized loans. Okay. But you're going to pay what they call PMI, private mortgage insurance, which is tacked on to your mortgage, which I did pay when I had a home. Wendy, good to see you. My vacation coming up. That sounds good. I'm living on vacation, Wendy. I designed my life so I never take vacations. I live on vacations, but I'm happy for you. I'm thinking about a skydive jump here in Illinois or zip line in Nashville. That sounds like a guy that hasn't masturbated in 2 months and he's taking cold showers just to wake up in the morning. I'll tell you this, Wendy, I love you and I respect you. Okay. But I got to be honest with you. Skydiving is not for me, definitely not in Illinois. And I never want to even go to Nashville, damn near zipline in it. However, I did hear today that Tennessee was the top state that people moved to this year. It was Tennessee, Texas, Florida, and Ohio. I was surprised. But Wendy, I love you. You're a hardworking woman. You're focusing on self-care. Remember, when you go on your vacation, focus on self-care. What does that mean? Wake up early, still go to the gym, and still eat healthy. What I can tell you is on the weekends and on vacation, people destroy their life. They do drugs, they eat unhealthy, and they regress. A vacation will set you backwards. The weekend will set you backwards. See, people aren't focused. They think their whole life, they wait for the vacation, they wait for the weekend. And what they do is they don't build a lifestyle where they're on vacation. And what I can tell you is don't live that life. And Wendy, you are in the midst of renovating your life. Renovate your life, not your house. Because most people are going to buy the average house for $300,000. They're going to borrow money to get the 20% down, or they're going to get a federally backed loan. Okay, then they got to add on the property tax, the homeowner's insurance, and in Florida, you better have flood and hurricane. And then by the time they move in, they got to go to Target and buy a bunch of stuff. Then they got to renovate. Then they're going to find something wrong with the house, and then their life's over. A renovation comes before the divorce. If you're doing a renovation right now, I want you to look seriously into a divorce lawyer. Why? Because your life's... In my experience, there's two things that come before a divorce: date night and renovations. Okay, because you're trying to change something that is a lifestyle. Now that's my opinion. Maria. Oh no, I skipped someone. Forgive me. I'll come back. Adam. Key West sounds pretty good to me. No, Key West is for middle-aged men that like to drink and go fishing, and there's nothing else to do other than eat like key lime pie. It's an island with one road in, one road out. There's nice color water, but other than that, Key West is a bore fest. Okay, boring. If you like to get drunk and fish, it may be okay for you. But what I tell you is, nah. Stay on the mainland, man. Even though there's a road that connects South Florida into Key West, it's a dump, in my opinion. Love to you, brother. Maria, can you borrow money from your 401k account as a down payment for the house? Yes, but you can only borrow up to 50 grand. Why? Because 401k plans in America, and a 401k plan is a retirement plan, you can only borrow up to $50,000, but you need to have at least double that amount in there. So if you had $100,000 in your 401k, you can borrow up to 50. Now, if you had $400,000 in your 401k, you can still only borrow 50 grand. Okay, that's the max right now in the limit. So the only thing they'll do is they'll let you stretch the payments out, I think, instead of paying it back in 5 years, because the average 401k loan needs to be paid back, I think, in 3 or 5 years. And I think when you borrow it for a primary residence, they give you up to 7 or 10 years. So you can do that. But if you get laid off from your job, you either have to pay that money back into your account, or you're going to pay income tax on it and extra 10% penalty. So you have to remember, when you're buying a house, the house doesn't make your life. Create a lifestyle, okay, that your house is a complement. It is not the completion. It may be a place to raise your family, or maybe a place for you as a single person, but it's not your purpose. It's not your passion. If you put 20% down on a $300,000 house, that's 60 grand, then you have a mortgage of $240,000. The current interest rates are around 3%. So for a 30-year fixed mortgage for $240,000, you're looking at about $1,000 just for the principal and interest of a 30-year loan. Then you have to add property taxes. Then you have to add home insurance. And if you have an HOA, so you're right around $1,500 for the average payment, not including utilities, not including maintenance, not including renovations. And I would say when I was in New Jersey, I added everything up. My house payments were around $2,000 a month, and if I added the HOA fees and everything else, it was almost around $2,500. That's true. Back live comments. Good questions. Wendy, when I upload the video of my jump, you will see how much I had. Well, in my experience, I love you, Wendy. I had a great viewer called Keeping Up a Bree. Very hot, beautiful girl. But she uploaded a video of her skydiving. Where is it at now? She turned her account private. Why? Because like you, she realized she don't want her life to be shared. Like you, when you do something fun, you want to share it with the world. But that's a vacation, not a lifestyle. So then there's a lot of pressure on you to entertain psychopaths. And then you realize, well, I can't go to Nashville and go ziplining every day. Then you got no other material. Then you feel self-conscious about the material you uploaded. Then you shut everything down. Then you create a fake account. Then people troll me. Then they go to the therapist and say, oh, inspirational, no, no. What I can tell you is this. Do not upload videos until you're self-caring the shit out of your life. You got your money bag right. And you know what YouTube is, which is a portal to the world. And what you're going to see in the world, it's like a portal to a toilet bowl. Okay. The toilet bowl has a useful function. You respect the toilet bowl. I did a whole video about how to take a dookie. And what I realized is most people don't know how to take a dookie, and most people don't know how to upload consistently. Even people with a lot of talent, with a lot of material. That's true. Most people aren't consistent. I love you, Wendy. I'll support you. I'll support anyone. I have in the past and I will in the future, because I believe there's enough success for everyone. I believe, guys, that rich people can keep getting richer and poor people can keep getting stimulus checks. I believe in it. Why? Because, guys, I like to see, society, just plugging along. Maria, Miami sounds good to me. Now, in your 20s, it's good. In your 30s, 40s, and 50s, Miami's too crowded. It's too congested, too much a show-off place, and you're not going to like it. It's a shithole. So what I can tell you is Miami sounds good when Gloria Estefan is singing in the Miami Sound Machine, but to live there, you got to be careful. It's a little congested. Maria, so does Fort Lauderdale. Same thing. Very congested, tourism trap, even though there's some great stuff, beautiful women. Some of the city ports are bad. Got to be careful. Good job. Adam, I have a lot of friends that go to Gatlinburg on vacation in Tennessee. I had a big chick that used to watch me. She did what they call arcing, or I don't know, like irking. It's like when people that ain't getting no ass, they dress up as like old school, like warriors. What would they call that? What was that thing in Pennsylvania where they had like, where you act like you're in medieval times? Yeah. And then they go, and that's what they do for fun. Like, like I'm a medieval times guy with a sword, and you're a big chick with a shield, and we fight each other. Guys, everyone has a different definition of fun. Who am I to judge? Love to you, Adam. Wendy, how much fun I had. Yeah, no, I agree you'll have fun, because fun is in the beauty of the beholder. It's in the person. Like for you, I truly believe that skydiving is going to be fun. For me, it wouldn't be. And I believe that if you're passionate about it, you should share the video. I'm just trying to make the point that 2 points, and I'm not directly speaking to you, Wendy, so don't take it like that. One is try to figure out a life where you can live a lifestyle. So a vacation is a cherry on the top. The second thing is, before you share your vacation, make sure you're in a good place spiritually, mentally, and financially, because even though you're doing something very innocent and healthy, such as sharing a video of you skydiving, what I found is no one's going to watch, and eventually you'll take it down. And even if it stays up, you've shared your private life, and there's something mentally damaging about that if you're not really in it for the long term. Those are my opinions, not facts. Love to you. Wendy, not doing it for others, Sam. All right. I'm doing it as an adventure of enjoying my life. I'm at you. Much respect to you, too. I'm secure in my career. It's fun, brother Sam. Well, I love you, and I respect you. And ultimately, and I hear you, you do what's best for you. Yeah, I'm just sharing my perspective on it, but I respect you. You got to do you. Everyone in here has got to do them. And there's no justification of that. Never justify your life. Certainly not to me. But I certainly I'm sharing my experiences, and I thought keeping up with Bree, because she did that video of her skydiving, and now it's gone. I think her Instagram thing is private. That's usually just what happens. I've met so many people on YouTube. A year changes a lot. Most of the people that were in my chat, well, this time last year, I was still doing free chats. Just about no one is still in here. Only a few people. ESP, Jesse, a few people. Infinity. So a year from now, to be honest with you, most of you guys will not be my friends. You'll not be, and that's fine. That's how life should be. Wendy, you'll probably not be in here a year from now. I would say 80% of people in my members only chat or watching will not probably be watching this channel a year from now. Is that wrong? No, that's life. And I've learned to let go, because people need to be free with no expectation. See, no expectation is, hey, if I never talk to you again, bye. I'm not fighting for you. You're not fighting for me. If you want to skydive. If you want to buy a $300,000 house, buy it. Everyone has to do them. But what I'm trying to tell you is, once you're committed to a mortgage, once you're committed to a person, once you're committed to anything other than self-care, it goes downhill, because the burdens of life are so great mentally. Like right now, just this exchange right here, I guarantee you there's someone, maybe even Wendy's, some people feel like you're not excited how I'm excited for me. Okay. And I empathize with that pain because I myself understand it. And what I could tell you is how I had to look at life, okay, was I'm going to just start doing shit, okay? And I'm going to have a game plan in order, okay, so that when I do shit, I don't have to borrow money from something when someone goes wrong. And if I upload something or if I take a vacation, I don't need someone else to enjoy it with me. Adam, $10 super chat. Have an awesome weekend. Well, Adam, you too. Adam, do you know about that larking that I was talking about, man? And love to them who do the larking. I look forward to your videos this weekend, man. Take care of yourself. I know you still got those family issues. And what I can tell you is what I tell you every day. Self-care, show up, and stay focused on the weekend. Adam, I love you, and I love everyone in here. Stay focused on the weekend. Wake up still early. Still be disciplined in your habits so that you can build a life not living for the weekends, even though the weekends are cherry on the top. Vacations are cherry on the top. I never look down on the weekend. I never look down on a vacation. Never, because they're a blessing. But I try to keep my life somewhat enjoyable even without needing that to make me extra excited. But it is good to be excited about the weekend. It's good to be excited about a vacation. It's good to be excited about retiring early. So I'm trying to balance those thoughts with just reminding us that, you know, many people create this life, whether in a $300,000 house or in a $1,200 a month rented apartment. That's the average rent in America right now, $1,200. Average mortgage around $1,500. So whether you're renting or buying, you create this life where you say, all right, I'm okay. I got a shelter, because a house is shelter. A house is shelter. Your body is the shelter for your spirit. Take care of yourself. And you have to decide, what do you want to do with your body? Now, some people, you know, Wendy's doing her thing. Adam's doing, everyone has their own way. But what I do like what Wendy's saying and what Adam, what you're trying to do with your life, is try to find some things that you're passionate about. Do things. When in doubt, do something. Okay. Because I can tell you right now, the worst thing you can do is nothing. Because years pass you by, life passes you by. And I got caught in that rut, you know, while I was doing renovations on my house. Like, I wasn't married, but I was ready to divorce. I was just ready to get divorced. I wasn't even married. It's like, get me the fuck out of here, man. And after like the last bit of renovations, I said, you know what? Going to Home Depot is not what does it for me. Measuring trim, you know, for you know, accent colors on my house. For me, I looked at housing a different way. I looked at the house as what it was. It's a shelter, and it can be inspiring, and it can serve a great function, especially for families, but it's not your life. That's the message tonight. Your house is not your life. Whether you rent or whether you buy, it's not your life. Your life is what you do, what you want to accomplish, the relationships you have, the way you take care of yourself, your focus on the weekends and on vacation, your consistency in whatever you're trying to do, however you're trying to do it. Because we can run the numbers on a $300,000 mortgage. We can talk about down payments. We can talk about FHA loans. We can talk about rent. We can talk about subsidies. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about what you want out of life. You say, well, all I want to do is own a home. And I've been there. So I can't be a hypocrite to a lot of these things. And what I learned is I want to own my life. I don't want to necessarily own a home. If I had a home, it'd be cherry on top, maybe. I want to own my life. And that means empowering myself through the disciplines of taking care of myself well and being so determined in life that I don't need, okay, You know, to have a margarita at the end of the day to be inspired. Okay. I don't need the template that is given. I can create a life within the parameters of society that works for me. And that's the journey we're all on. Create a life that works for you, whether you're ziplining in Nashville, whether you're banging out Latina MILFs in Palm Beach, that's me, or whether you're doing larking and bushcraft, that's Adam. Adam says, I don't do medieval times. Okay, that's not you. I'm laughing. Going hiking, good. Outside, get fresh air, get a little warmer. 8 days. 8 days till spring. March 20th is spring. This weekend, we're going to spring forward. Set the clocks forward on Sunday. Bushcraft this weekend. That's what I'm talking about. Do your thing. I have to get going. I'll catch the rest of the replay. Well, Adam, love to you, man. Love that you're doing what you love. Keep pushing forward. Love to everyone. Maria, Wendy, just do it. Okay. Hal, blessings, good. Brother Sam, how are you, brother? Been thinking about you, praying for you. Any updates on what job you were going to take, the one in Old Bridge or the one in Teedlesboro? Love to you, man. Love to you. So, Peyton plays $2.99 super chat. You make a lot of sense. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Peyton. Love to you, man. You know, and again, I'm expressing my viewpoint on things, you know, and then like everyone's gonna have their own viewpoint. And what I want to tell you is I'm not gonna apologize for being me. And what I've learned is, thank you, Peyton, again. What I've learned is that you better be so passionate about doing you that when someone else is not passionate about what you're passionate about and you get upset, you might as well just leave. Okay. Because it's a tug of war. And that's why I'm not in a relationship. I'm not playing tug of wars. And I don't want to downgrade anyone's inspiration. And I don't want to dull my sparkle for anyone else either. See, this is why I'm single. And what I've learned in life is you can only compromise so much. You can compromise on a house. You can compromise on many things. But you can never compromise on who you are and how you want to be in your personal life. I'm not in anyone's house. I'm not in anyone's space. This is my channel to express a mindset. And what I could tell you, there's a reason I'm single. There's a reason my biggest demographic of trolls have been girls. Because they want to get with me, and then when I don't take them out, when I don't do what they want to do, they get upset with me, and they say, oh, I'm hateful. I'm not. No, I don't want to go out to dinner. I don't want to own a house with you. Okay, I don't want to do anything. However, I want you to do you. I want you to go out there and kick life. I want you to take life by the balls or by the ovaries. I want you to take life by the ovaries and go out there and live your best life. And I'll be rooting for you. I won't be watching you because I don't do what you do, okay? I don't lark, I don't bushcraft, I don't zip line. What do I do? Guys, I just do me. Like I said, I kind of told you what I do. So, I love you, Wendy. 100 emoji. I love you, Wendy. You keep doing you. I want you to do you. But I always want you to just focus on self-care. But I want you to zip line. I want you to go skydive. I want you to do all the things that inspire you and answer to no one, including me. But I never want you to forget yourself. I never want you to lose focus on the daily disciplines to keep you in a healthy state of mind to push forward in life. And what I found is many people are just looking as a house as their final destination. You know, their house might as well be their casket. Their recliner basically is their casket. And for years, I thought about this today. For years, my house, I was a homebody. And for years, I was content and wanted to stay at home most of the time. So I do think there's a season of life for everything. And I don't know, something clicked. I remember hearing a guy watch on YouTube one time. He said, he's a poor guy, old guy, lives on Social Security. Now he lives on a couple other things because he capitalized off it. But I remember him saying that, look, he's had money, he's been poor. And he said, when you're poor, you just focus on payments. Not net worth, not cash flow, not debt to income ratio, just payments. When you're poor, you just focus on payments. But something happened and something just clicked in his mind at a certain point to look at life differently. And I think in life, there may be a season of your life where you're a homebody or you're adventurous. And something clicks in your mind and you change. See, life is change. And it's hard for all of us, depending if we're ready for change or not. There's some things that I struggle, like even I think a little bit I'm emotionally attached to this car too now. I thought about that today. I'm emotionally attached to being a nomad, because even today too, it's a question, is it still the healthiest thing to be a nomad? Is it still, and there's no clear answer. I think some of it is, do I really want to go through the aggravation of changing my whole lifestyle again? But I've been through both lifestyles, owning a house and living on the road, and for me, there's no perfect answer. There's no perfect answer. And many times in life, one thing I'm happy I do know is that just buying the average house for $300,000 in a bidding war, even if it's by the ocean, is too much. Not because financially, but because if you're just buying a house for the sake of buying a house, you have house fever, you don't have life fever. And I feel that many people have house fever, they don't have life fever. They hate life, but they love their house. Or they want a house. And, sometimes, look, I could hate life though and not own a house. So I never think you get rid of that itch in life. That's something that bothers you. And I don't think a house helps that itch, and I don't necessarily think it hurts it. I think the house could be a big distraction, especially in a first world country where a house is this big monstrosity, especially compared to other countries. It takes up a big portion of your cash flow and net worth, and its primary function is to give you shelter and, allow you to do whatever you're going to do in your house. Most people just watch TV and putz around and eat. Many people are forgetting, because we're kind of getting away a little bit from the minimalistic life, which I'm fine with that. Everyone has to do them. Is that if you add the average square footage of a house right now in America, I think is around 1,500, 1,700 square foot. And the average family probably only uses about 500 to 700 square foot. The average family. So on a consistent basis. So, now people got their shit everywhere. They got workout equipment in their basement. They got daycare in their thing. Okay. And when COVID, they say, I need more. But the truth is, you got a bunch of shit, and you got low focus, and you got low productivity. So you could buy a 1,700 square foot house and say you need more. But the truth is, in my opinion, your kids go back to school, you're an empty nester, and even if you're a growing family, you need less. You need to focus. That's what I think. That's my opinion. However, I'm not married, I don't have kids, so don't worry about my opinion. Good job. Marcel, hey Sam. In my season of life, I am an adventurer. A lot of people want this adventure. I windsurf. Well, I don't windsurf either, but I love you regularly, and I have trip planned to go to Cali in the summer. Well, I know you keep talking about that windsurfing, man, in San Francisco. Well, we got some adventure seekers tonight, guys. We got Wendy, who wants to skydive, and we got Marcel, who wants to windsurf. You guys are adventurous. I give you credit, guys. I play it safe when it comes to adventure. Last time I played a full court basketball game and I broke my finger, I said, no more adventure for me. Now you say, well, you're living out of your car. That's a lot of adventure. I said, well, yeah, that's true. But, I don't know, man. Everyone's different though. But I love you and I respect you just like I love and I respect Wendy. And I want you both to kick ass, to go out there and live your passion. Good job, Marcel. After having lived in a high-end neighborhood, in a nice house, I realize it's unnecessary. It's a distraction from life. You nailed it. 100 emoji. So you and Wendy are on fire. You're focused. Maria's out there. Maria says, just do it. Hal's out there trying to debate which job to take. He got offered for $23 an hour. That's a blessing. My man Andre's over there in the Saraville, Old Bridge area. And Adam's about to bushcraft this weekend. And my man Peyton Place was in the building. Good to see you, Peyton Place. And thank you again, Adam, for that gracious super chat. What am I going to do this weekend? Well, I'll spend time by the beach. I'll self-care. I'll wake up early tomorrow. I'll have my Starbucks. I'll work out. Then I'll go to the beach. Then I'll shop. I'll just explore around a little bit. I'll make a couple of videos for the weekday. If you're a YouTuber, always make extra videos on the weekend so when the weekday comes, you don't have pressure. You have a bunch in your catalog that you can upload. It's all about consistency. Anything in life is consistency. And over time, your life can get better, whether you're buying a house or selling a house. But if you say, what was a better feeling the day I bought my house or the day I sold my house? To be honest, I felt better, more relieved the day I sold my house. Now, to be fair, the house served a purpose in my life. It gave me stability, especially as I built my career and I developed and matured as a person. Remember, the human brain does not develop till 25, and you don't know yourself till 35. I think I bought my house when I was around 22. So, even though I was mature for my age, I was still immature because there's a certain part of life that you just have to go through. But never live your life strictly for home appreciation. Because remember, you never make nothing on a house till you sell a house. And remember, it's great to have home appreciation and assets, but it's great to have that plus life appreciation. And you have to put your life, your well-being, ahead of everything. And then you build on top of that. You are the foundation of your life. Your body's the temple. Okay, your well-being is the structure. And everything on top of that is just a chandelier, a fixture, etc. Okay. And I want to halt all renovations. I know there's some planned trips this weekend. I want to challenge anyone out there listening. If any of my members or anyone watching the replay, I want you to reply. If anyone has a home renovation plan tonight, and you're going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's tomorrow, I want you to halt it unless you're in the midst of selling your house. And I want you to self-care. Now, that doesn't mean sit on your sofa and watch more TV per se. It means go get some more fresh air. Go for a longer walk. Go do a longer workout. Take a nice hot shower. Cut your toenails. Some of your toenails very long. Shave your butt hair. Why? Because you got some dookie in there from Monday and it's Friday. You got too much butt hair. Whatever you do in life, guys, never neglect yourself. And the reality is, all of us can lose focus on ourselves. For our house, for our relationships, for our insecurities, we want other people to want things like we want them. And I don't know how to answer that other than say, look, you got to just keep doing you. And that's about it, Marcel. I know people who own a nice house, but they can't plant a tree on their property without permission from the HOA. Yeah, well, down here in Florida, I know some people that don't have an HOA, but instead of planting a tree, you know what they planted? A 15-year-old car that doesn't run on their front lawn and a Trump flag, okay? So when you don't have an HOA, you're going to have political flags, you're going to have abandoned cars, you're going to have chickens, you're going to have dogs running loose. So an HOA is the good and the bad, okay? The good is the HOA keeps structure, order, and a level of home appreciation. The bad is there's restriction rules, etc. So the best is you live in an upper-class community where there's no HOA, but everyone has pride and ownership and they have the money to take care of their property. In a middle-class community, you're going to have a couple stragglers. In a lower-class community, guys, you might as well rent, okay, because it's a fucking shithole. So an HOA plays a part in some properties for the better, and, it's a give and a take. Without an HOA, you may not have a pool. You may not be able to afford one. Without an HOA, you may not have a gated community. So there's the give and the take. It's like it all depends. You have to really think about that. I was in a HOA. My condo was in a HOA. It was a gated community. It was a pool. It was nice, and I enjoyed it. Would I do an HOA again? I would tend to lean that way because I don't want to mow lawn. I don't want to plant a tree. I don't want to. I don't want to look at my neighbor that doesn't do any of those things and just parks his car right on the lawn. I damn sure don't want to look at political flags or religious flags. At Halloween, I don't want to see a dead corpse, a fake dead corpse hanging up backwards because these people love Halloween. I don't want to see that. So, you got to think about all those things before you own property because it's a big part of life. Just, my first ever member, I find that even though I stay at an Airbnb, I still leave the house to work from the beach. I prefer living outdoors now. Well, I totally empathize with that. I kind of, I agree with that. The biggest thing with shelter, whether you own or rent, is at the end of the night, having a safe, legal place and that shields you from the outdoors and from people. So during the day, though, and most of the day, and even in some of the night, I would say 75% of your waking hours, I want to be outdoors. However, the 25% of the time I want to be indoors is at night. And if I ever get sick or there's a major issue, I want to be indoors in a house. And that's the nomad's ultimate dilemma. That's the renter's ultimate dilemma, that there's certain parts of look, most of the day, you're never going to be in your house. For most people. Depends on your situation. You may be disabled, etc. But for most people, they're not in their house most of the day. Or they don't want to be. But you do need it at night. That's when it's a blessing. The temperature control, the shelter from the outdoor psychopaths, the lack of traffic. You cut off the world. It's your sanctuary. However, never share your house. I don't know if I would share my home base. I saw a YouTuber today. They got off the road. They bought a house. And they showed a video of their house. And they didn't show like which street. They just said like in this town, we bought a house. Someone who watched their videos came to their house just to meet them. Unexpected, unannounced. And the wife was scared. She goes, look, we appreciate you guys watching our videos, but don't just come to our house. And what I could tell you is, see, like, that's the negative about sharing your life, man. People just intrude on your personal space. It's part of being a celebrity, though, even if it's at a small level. Just because of car living, I will never be the same again. I feel the same way, but I am conflicted that as my car living goes on, getting into 5 years now, I'm just about completing my 4th year, I try to remember to just take it one day at a time. I try to remember hurricane season, that in hurricane season, I want the ability to travel up north. I try to remember that nothing's perfect, but I also try to remember that after a certain point of taking care of myself and my goals and my finances, I have to allocate some resources to a stable environment, especially at night. But I'm struggling mentally to accept that and to change, because I really don't want to give up my freedom. I damn sure I'm not going to pay $300,000 for a house. That's not my thing. What's the most I would spend on a house right now? And when I say a house, I'm saying house, condo, or RV lot. $150,000 would be the most I'd want to spend. Now, but here's the thing, right? Like, if you get a mortgage if you have a $300,000 single family house, and you put 20% down, that's 60 grand, and you finance 240 grand, at 3%, 30-year fixed, that's $1,000 a month. Then you add property taxes and insurance, you're right around $1,500, $1,700 a month. Now, if you buy a condo, or if you buy an RV lot, the interest rate may be a little bit higher. You may have an HOA fee. There may be some variables there. So, and the condo or the RV lot will not appreciate like the single family home. Nothing appreciates like the single family home. Why? Because most people who buy a home have a family. Very few people buy a single family house and they're a single person and plan to stay single the day they die. Houses are mainly for families. Okay. Like people in here tonight, like, Adam, Wendy, you, Jesse, me, etc. Like us, I believe we're all single. We're more into adventure. See, when you're married and you're living that family life, you're not into like skydiving and all that stuff, or bushcrafting, or banging out Latina MILFs. You're into, let's go for a family outing this weekend, and then let's cook out in the backyard, etc. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's what you have to remember in life, that if you buy a studio condo, or if you buy an RV lot, or if you buy a tiny house, there's not going to be that many people looking to buy the same thing per se, because most people who are looking to buy, they're buying for a family, not for themselves. Most people. So, those are the dynamics, like financially, emotionally, society-wise, that you have to give thought to, Love to you. But I understand, Jesse, and I love everyone. And Wendy, I love you again. I want you to be excited. And Maria, I love you. Andre, I love you. Adam, Peyton, please. Howell. So, what I want to tell you is this, guys. I did the best I could. Okay. For some people, it was great. For some people, it's not good enough. And that's okay. Every day in life, is a calling to just try to do the best we can. Okay. But the truth is, there's always going to be imperfection. There's always going to be something you said wrong, something you did wrong. But the truth is, fuck it. Because if you wait for the perfect conditions, you never get nothing done. However, there are better conditions to do things. Okay. So you have to think about life. You have to think about your season of life, your circumstance. And you got to try to balance your gut instincts with a level of self-controlled wisdom. Because if you just follow your gut, you're going to get screwed. And if you, analyze things to death, you'll never decide. But you got to balance the two. And if you can't balance the two, keep your flexibility until you can decide. How? Sam, I know you are a Jersey guy. How is North Arrington, New Jersey? Bad. I don't know North. I knew a girl from, I don't know if that's by Irvington. You mean Irvington? I don't know Arrington. I know Irvington bad. Most of Irvington. I don't know Arrington, though. Yes, I don't know if you meant to say Irvington. Arlington? Let me look that up to see where that's at in the map. I can't remember that off the top of my head. So that one must have not been where I know. Arlington. I'm looking it up right now. Oh, in Kearney. So you still up north. So I'm just looking on the map. Oh, you're right by East Orange. I don't know that specific town, but I know that general area. Not good. Yeah, you're right by East Orange and Newark. Yeah, I don't know that area. Montclair is good. Like, if you can go a little bit more west, I would say Montclair is good. Yeah, you're right by the old Meadowlands, by East Rutherford. Shithole. Congested. Not worth it. You might as well stay. Yeah, I don't like that area. Nope, I don't like it. Now, I don't know that specific town. But like I said, man, you need to, in my opinion, go down to Old Bridge or whatever that job was. Because get away from the congestion, man. And get away from your 30, 60-mile radius. Because if you're going to, there, it's like you might as well still be in Brooklyn. It's like, it's a little bit different, but not much. And if you get to Central Jersey, you'll get a different lifestyle feel. And then you're going to develop as a person. But that's just my opinion. I support you. But good question. Yeah, that's my feedback on that. Kathy, I agree. Not many people want to buy a single house. Most people will end up living in a family setting. Yeah, no doubt. I don't really know anyone other than a widower or a widow that live alone and that own property. There's some exceptions, right? Of course. But the average person only needs about 200 square foot house. If you are a single person, you only need 400 square foot max. And they don't make houses like that anymore. That's a tiny house. And we've discussed on this channel that if you get a tiny house, you got to buy property in the middle of nowhere to be able to put that somewhere. And so that makes it financially not worth it, because then you're going to be living in the middle of nowhere just so you can live in a small space. That don't make sense. So, you got to think of all those factors. Good to see you, Kathy. Shout out to Chicago. I hope it's getting a little warmer up there for you. Hal, I found a place there for $1,200. That's the average rent right now in America. $1,200 a month. And Teterboro job I could take. Well, yeah, like I tell you, I support you, brother, and I want you to make this decision because it's your life, and you have to live with the consequences or the rewards. Like I say, my opinion is I would just kind of recommend the Central Jersey one, only because it just gives you a different experience in life. That Teterboro area, that northern New Jersey area, you might as well still be in New York. You didn't really experience nothing different. However, I don't want you to take that job in Old Bridge just because I'm saying this, and then you take it and you resent it, because that's the worst thing you can do in your life. Whatever job you take, you have to do it because it's what you want to do as an adult. Just like I tell you, I tell Adam, I tell Wendy, I tell everyone. Look, guys, I'm giving my opinions on this channel, and I know you guys know this, but I want to empower you by saying, don't be offended, don't be misdirected, don't take it for more than what it is. I'm just this hour or so live feed I do every day, where I'm very intense, very passionate, very focused on my message, and then answering these questions, and trying not to bullshit you with a whole bunch of fluff. But at the end of the day, you take everything and you do what's best for you, because it's your life. Never forget it. Pluto, yeah, 199 game over super sticker super chat. Pluto, you know what it is. North California. Nomad life for you as well, and entrepreneurship and self-care. Never forget self-care. Game over to all the nasty people. Why? Because if you show up long enough, guys, the nasty people ain't taking care of themselves. They're going to have a fucking meltdown. Have I ever had a meltdown? Well, I've had breakdowns, but I've been able to sustain myself through the grace of God and through self-care and through saying it. For me, I don't try to say that you're not going to go through ups and downs. I don't try to say that I'm God. However, I don't try to tell you that I'm not going to act submissive, meek, and extra humble just to bullshit you. However, I don't want to trump you. I want to just be myself. I want to say that I respect everyone, but I also want to say I don't fuck with everyone, because some people are toxic, and if you don't coat their ego, if you don't play their game, they're manipulative. They act like they're godly, but they're vengeful, they're hateful, they have mental issues, or they're just bad people. And in my life, I get to choose. In your life, you get to choose, okay? So let me tell you something, guys. Have boundaries, have protocol, and put your foot down. Not on other people's neck, okay? But on the door of someone else's ass who tries to squeeze in your life with their bullshit, okay? Because what I can tell you is, once you get on a guilt trip, that you're going to be skydiving. You're going to be ziplining right through their toxicity. Don't do it. Pluto. You almost said, yeah, North Carolina. I'm sorry, man. I get all worked up. Brother, if I was there, I might as well be dead. Well, shout out to you. I mean, the thing that makes the world go round is different strokes for different folks. Now, some people may say, if I was in Florida, I would hate myself. Well, I don't know about that. You must have been on Ocala, Florida. I don't know what part of Florida you was living. But I do agree that what makes the world go round is that we're all different. However, I'm not here to talk about much other things than beach, palm trees, and retiring early. I ain't lying about that. We'll talk about some other stuff, though. All right, back live comments. Thank you, Pluto. Pluto, oh, you nailed it with this emoji. Brother, direct deposit in the bank. Is there any other better day? Outside of your health, outside of, again, the proper things in life. Come on, guys. But I'll tell you this. I know a lot of poor people. And when I say poor, I'm not talking about people who can't help themselves. I'm talking about people that are just lazy. They always say, like, oh, rich people, they're greedy. How much do you want? I'll tell you, I never saw some psychopaths happier than when they got that $1,400 stimulus. When they're going to get it, they go, oh, it's so exciting. Yep. I thought you ain't greedy. I thought you don't love money. Well, guys, I'll tell you this. I know this, guys. The reason money can help a lot of people, and it matters. And if you put a little bit of effort into your life, and if you're consistent, and you manage your budget, and you are mindful of your biggest expense, which is a home, and your second expense, which is a car, and your biggest expense, which is a child, if you manage those things, in a first world country, you can go ziplining, you can go larking, you can go bushcrafting, you can go MILF hunting. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. You can do whatever you want. Why? Because, guys, you're in a developed country. What else do you want? But you got to show up to your life. Never forget it. Hal, thanks, brother. Thank you. Jesse, I visited East Orange, New Jersey. I felt like I was in New Jack City. Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Wesley Snipes. Yep, never again. Yeah. I'll tell you this, you don't, Wendy, if you're still in here, you don't want to go ziplining in East Orange. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, don't do that. Even though I knew some great people from there, let's be honest. Pluto, Sammy, I asked several people on how much they pay for car payments per month. Well, the average car payment right now, I believe, is like $560 a month in America. The average with insurance is around $750. Well, with insurance, I would say that's a correct estimate. Yeah, $750 a month. Besides rent, average rent right now is $1,200. So right there, you're close to $2,000 a month. I have a fleet of car rentals. I pay $1,000, $1,400 a month. Well, like I say, I think that's too much. But if it's a business write-off because it's part of your business and it allows you to live a lifestyle of no commitment and you can handle that, that's below your means, then I say thumbs up. For long term, it doesn't sit right with me. However, again, if it's below your means, if it's part of a business write-off, and if it keeps a lifestyle you want, it doesn't matter how it feels to me. It matters like what you can justify in your own personal life, right? Not to me. And because I look at my life, like when I bought my Jeep Renegade, it was 30 grand. So it's 5 years old. That means for each year I spend $6,000 on it. Because right now I can get 5 grand for it, 3 to 5 grand. So if I got nothing for my car right now, owning this car for 5 years cost me $6,000 a year. Now you do have to add, maintenance, brakes, tires, oil changes, etc. But that's part of it. Well, it's not part of any car if you rent. So let's add some. So instead of just paying the loan off, which I did, $6,000 a year, let's add another 20% or so for maintenance. So let's say I spend around $8 grand a year, just to be very fair. So $8 grand a year, 8 times 5 is what, 40? Is that correct? I believe so. Is that correct? What's 8 times 5? Yeah, 40. Yeah, not chicks, but guys, chicks get wet when you do math right. I'll tell you that much. They like that. When you get math wrong, they're this dumb motherfucker. I ain't mad about that. So, yeah. So I spent about 40 grand. So, but 8 grand a year, that's not bad. And I don't know if I spent 40, probably closer to 36, but I'm just round numbers for you. So, right now, if you spend $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 a year. So, $12,000 a year times 5, if you did the same time period I did, that's 60 grand. You spent double. So, like, what's the cost to rent versus ownership? I just broke it down. You can buy, and you can even buy a cheaper brand new car. You could buy a Kia Soul for about 20 grand. You could buy a Prius for about 25 grand, a basic Prius, and get great gas mileage. So you're pretty much paying double the amount of owning. But again, if it's a business write-off and if it's below your means, it may be worth it for you. That's what you got to but you got to work those numbers out just how we just did. Good job. Good comment. Pluto, I feel like I hacked it. No, I don't think you hacked it. I think you get hacked, man. I think you're paying too much, man, long term. I think you're figuring it out short term. But if you're paying $1,000 a month, and you say sometimes $1,200 a month, that's too much, man, for the long term. For a year, maybe. But that's, again, that's 60 grand over 5 years, man. That's a lot of money, man. But, I understand. And again, if I needed to, would I rent a car? Hell yeah. And if it fit my lifestyle and if it was below my means and if it served a business purpose and I wanted to do it like that, I would consider it. So, again, everyone has to, figure out what works for them. How I kind of don't want to take it, but I do want to work. Maybe I should keep looking for something I will be excited about. Nah, you're never going to be excited about going to work. Like I say, I understand and I appreciate you being honest about you saying, well, I'll just maybe collect unemployment until it's over. I think you're in a crossroads of your life. If you don't take a job and do something that you don't want to do, then you'll never go to the gym. You'll never leave your girlfriend. You'll never develop as a person or a man or a woman. So Hal, I love you. I respect you. And you got to do whatever you got to do. And I appreciate you being honest. In my opinion, if you don't take one of these jobs and get in a rhythm of life, you're going to be in an algorithm of poverty. You're going to live below your potential. Your ex-girl is going to look look down on you. Doesn't matter, but doesn't matter who looks down on you, me either. But because the bottom line is, you have the health, you have the ability, you have the potential, and you have the job offer. You have the opportunity in a first world country to make $23 an hour. So if you don't want to take it, you're basically saying, I don't want to go forward in my life. I want to collect government assistance, even though I have the health, I have the ability, I have the opportunity. It's not anyone holding me back other than myself. So if you can wake up in the mirror and say, no one else is holding me back but me, and I want to stay unemployed, I want to stay in Brooklyn, I don't want to improve my life, never blame this country, never blame your ex, never blame someone for not giving you an opportunity. Only look in the mirror every day, and most people do, and you're going to be disappointed. It doesn't mean you're not going to fail. It doesn't mean anyone is above you, because you're still a great man with a great soul. I still believe in you. I still respect you. But, you know, how I just broke it down, because I do believe I took time off. There was times I was working for electrical union in my 20s. I got laid off, and I collected unemployment for about 6 months. And it was good. It was good for me to, like, experience not working, because that was, like, the longest I ever didn't work. And but I still did even side jobs, like when I was laid off. But I got time to just not work and to see what life was like and to, like, reflect. But there's a time for that, but the time is over. Like, you've been unemployed now for about 8 months, 10 months. So, you know, there's a season for everything, even taking a break from working in society, etc. But like I say, if you get out of the rhythm too long, you lose the rhythm. And once you lose the rhythm, you're a bench player forever, man. And I believe that most people have great potential. I believe most people, even if they're not a superstar, they're a solid player. And I believe that we're all our worst enemy, just like Nas had that song on the Lost Tapes. We're our worst enemy, man. You know, and that's why I always preach self-care. Because I know it through my life experience and observation. And I don't lose my focus on the weekend or on the holidays. I do not, and I was trying to be very careful. I was not trying to be hurtful to Wendy or anyone about. I want everyone to enjoy their vacations and their fun time and their weekends. But I also always have an intensity about me. Even though I laugh, guys, I'm very lighthearted. I'm a very easy person. I'm never demanding on people as far as work or anything like that. I mean, obviously, there's a certain point of this. Yeah, I need this done. You got to do this. But in a mindset of life, I see why many people get caught in depression. Why many people get caught in drugs. It's because of a simple loss of focus and consistency. They take their foot off the pedal. And I'm not saying every day you should be ramming your foot in the pedal and drive, because I believe, though, that life is movement, okay? And I believe in World X when Brad Pitt was in that movie. He was in Newark, I think that was, when they were against zombies. And they were running from the zombies. And the people asked Brad Pitt, like, you know, Brad Pitt had ran into someone's apartment. And the people in the apartment said, well, we're not going to leave this apartment. We're going to take our chances if the zombies come. We're not going to leave. And Brad Pitt was like, are you sure about that? Because I've been in very dangerous situations in life. And what I know is this. Movement is life. There's a time to shelter in place. There's a time to rest. And there's a need for relaxation. But I want to tell you right now, movement is life. Let's take a hydration break. Forgive me, guys, for being late on these comments. I apologize. I'm getting back to them right now. Pluto, I'm sorry, man. I missed a couple of retracted comments. Write it again, brother. Forgive me. Love you. Andre, 2,000 shit. That's a lot. Them bettors should stop complaining about my $800 mortgage. Well, that's awesome, Andre. You got an $800 mortgage. Does that include your property taxes and home insurance? If it does, that's awesome. If it doesn't, that's still great because it's below average. But like I said, right now, if you bought a $300,000 house, you put 20% down, that's 60 grand. And if you finance 240 grand for 3% for 30 years, that's $1,000. So, but you didn't add property taxes, you didn't add home insurance. After you add that, you're about 1,700. Pluto, you almost said, oh yeah, I read this already. I'm sorry. Yeah, I get all worked up. Marcel's laughing good. Pluto's laughing good. Laughter's good for the soul. Wendy, I love you. Wendy, you're right. I'm going to keep my adventures between me and God. No, I didn't mean to shit on your adventures. I'm glad you shared them. Forgive me. Some people are killjoys and care less about how happy a person's life is. Keep it in the real. The room about to buy and savings. All right. Well, I understand. I think we had a disconnect here, and I understand if you hate me now and you want to move on, and I respect you. I respect you. Like I say, guys, that's how relationships last. Because I think me and Wendy, we hate each other now. I don't hate you, Wendy. I know you probably hate me. But I understand. But look, I'm single for life, and I'm not going to change. So if you got to unsubscribe, unjoin, I'm telling you right now, you got to do it. I respect you. I appreciate you. But I'm not going to change. And that's what it is. I love you. Pluto, Hal, yesterday when I showed up to work, I had tears in my eyes. There you go. But self-talk and self-care keeps me going. Yeah, look, guys, I'm trying to tell you right now, there's no way you win the mental battle of life without that. That's true. Hal, you are speaking the truth. I'm just speaking my piece on my channel. Some people like it, some people don't, and I understand both. However, like I say, I got excited enough about my life that I said I'm going to do me. Now that everyone else should do them. Good job. Hal, I hear you, Pluto. Hal, 12 months, March 26th. Oh, so you've been out of work for 12 months. Yeah, it's been about a year since the coronavirus. You got laid off in 2020, March 26th. That makes sense. Thank you for sharing. Marcel, at Pluto. Sometimes I struggle to get through the day. Negative thoughts can intrude and control you. Oh, no doubt. It's an everyday battle. Self-care builds leverage so you can cope. Marcel, you nailed it. 100 emoji. You totally get it. Good job. Tony, what's up, man? Shout out to Canada. Sam talks, showing up, getting the job done, work through the bad times. You listening? Helped me get through tough times. Praise the Lord. At work a year or two ago. Oh, man, I didn't know that, man. Thank you. Now my job's going great. That's awesome, man. And I'm very happy in life now, man. That's a great comment, man. Tony, man, thank you for sharing that, man. I didn't know that. God bless you, Tony. God bless you, man. Yeah, look, guys, you're going to reach some people, you're not others. And you're going to, look, guys, you're going to have disagreements. But this is all part of life. And that's why, like I say, I'm responsible. I'm single. I don't have kids. I don't want kids. I don't want a relationship. And I don't want to change. And I have that right because I'm in my personal space. And I want you guys to have that right in your life. But you only own your life when you own your life. Because if you don't own your life, as best you can, look, again, you can be broken and we all need help. So it's not about like you can do everything on your own. But it is about that people play fucking mind games, all right? And it's a fucking never-ending drama, okay? And bottom line is, if you're not going to play in a drama game, you better be in good spirits because people fucking drag you in the mud very, very quick. I'll tell you that much. Tony, Sam's words can be tough at times, but he speaks harsh truths that we need to hear. I think he teaches self-love. I do try to teach that. I really appreciate it. Well, I appreciate that, Tony. And I also, again, I know like sometimes I could be too rough, and I know that that's not for everyone. But I admit that. So then you can take that and say, all right, well, this is not for me. But he understands that, you know, sometimes it can be too intense. So I love everyone. I respect everyone. I want everyone to live a great life. I realize I'm not for everyone. But in my videos, I'm going to express a certain mindset. But it doesn't mean it has to be anyone else's mindset. Everyone else has the right to live however they want as long as they're not hurting anyone. Okay? And if you're willingly coming on this channel, willingly, not abducted, then you either like it and you stay, or if you don't, you leave. But you don't say like, this person's a narcissist, this person's that, because I'm not abducting anyone. I'm being me. And I do believe, and I know it, so I'm not going to be guilt tripped, that it helps people. I do believe that there's some people it's not for. And I do believe sometimes, I'm sure I cross a line or I say something that was either misinterpreted or was too rough. But guys, look, if I see you, Wendy, I love you. If I sit there in front of a canvas, okay, and etch everything out and try to paint perfect, okay, guys, that's how you never do anything, okay? This is an hour of somewhat entertainment, somewhat information, somewhat inspiration. And it's good stuff at the core. There's some dookie in everything in life, but it's good at the core. Marcel, $1 Euro super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciation, gratitude, not entitlement. Gratitude, not entitlement. And so what I could tell you is this: when you show up, okay, and you're consistent, over time it will build. But never feel entitled to anything. And if any creator doesn't like the return on investment, then their job, okay, is not to demand or feel entitled or guilt trip. It's their job to do something else, okay? Because in life, if you're not getting what you feel you need to get out of something, whether a relationship, whether a house, whether a job, whatever, it's your job to figure out, all right, well, if this is not doing it for me, what is? And I always caution you, if you say that about a job, then you better secure another job before you leave. Because your job is there to pay you money, okay? Entertainment is there to entertain you. Relationships are there to compliment you. Now, again, if you don't like one of those things, then you can quit. I don't like relationships because it's too much of an up and down. It's too much of, I got to be a waiter. I don't want to be a waiter. And I don't want to be waited on. I don't even like being waited on. I like self-serve. Because I don't like someone else feeling like they got to wait on me. And I don't want to wait on someone. I like self-serve. I like when I go, I get what I need to get. And I get the fuck out of Dodge. Okay? And I'm not saying that's the way everyone should live. But I'm saying that's how I feel. And I appreciate everyone. Love to you. Thank you again, Tony, for sharing that very much, man. I didn't know that. Thank you. Marcel, I lift weights twice a week. There you go. As part of my self-care. Love it. I'm looking to progress my overhead press. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're into, you want to be like the personal trainer. Deadlift and weighted chin-up. Well, that's awesome. Look, I don't know, I see a lot of women doing it too, but I know definitely for men, I think it's very good to have a level of weight workouts. And I think even for women, and I see some strong women in the gym. What I could tell you is this, though. I mean, obviously, as you get older, weights, you need to be careful. But I would say you need to work out 5 to 6 days a week. That doesn't mean you need to work out for an hour a day. That means 15 minutes a day. If you get a half hour, that's great. Anything above a half hour is amazing. So it's consistency in the gym, consistency in everything. And as you get older, look, my body ages. I've always had a wide ass. I'm always going to have a wide ass. But when I have a healthy workout routine, I feel better about myself, physically, emotionally, mentally, and that's why the gym is self-care. Tony, $5 super chat from Canada. I was getting lots of flack at work. Felt real pressure. I dream about quitting and living on savings. Oh, God, thank God I reached you, man. But I kept hearing Sam's voice. Keep showing up. I did my job. Thank the Lord. I want to thank God, too. Now, I don't want to take full credit. And I'm so thankful because I want people to do great in their life. And I know that when you keep showing up and you keep earning money, you have more independence, you have more control. And even if you change your job, you'll do it responsibly. You want to keep that income coming in, especially when you're younger or middle age. Because when you're older, you want to be more empowered. Tony, thank you for sharing your testimony. It's by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony that they overcome. Excellent job, brother. Thank you for that gracious super chat and that awesome testimony. Ooh. Wendy, I love you. You know that. Wendy, we good, Sam. I respect you. I respect your channel. Well, thank you. I shouldn't get too personal with it. No, you should. Like I've told many people here, I am not here to bully you. So if I don't want you to make me comfortable, but you feel uncomfortable. So I respect your feelings too. But with that being said, and I fully meaning that, we're not in a relationship. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your therapist. I'm going to keep being me. So if you find that me being me does not make you feel comfortable or good, you should not put up with it. Because I don't want to manipulate you. I don't want to control you. I don't want to take your money just so I feel great and you feel bad. That's not a friend. That's not anyone. That's a fucking scumbag. So what I tell you is that I'm here doing me. However, I never want to control or manipulate someone else. I never want someone else to feel like they're less of a person. But I'm going to keep being me. And if anyone can understand that, then I've done my job. And if they can't, then I'll never reach them. They'll just create another fake profile and troll me. But that's unfair because I'm being very honest and trying to be in a loving and respectful way. And I'm not just speaking to Wendy. I'm speaking to everyone who ever listens to this because I sincerely mean it. That the reason I sold my house, the reason I'm living a simple life, to get to Florida, to empower myself financially so I can live my passion creatively, and so that I'm not a pastor where I'm depending on the people's tithing, and I can't be myself. This is a supplemental thing, and but I don't treat it with disrespect because it's a supplemental thing. I treat it with respect of myself, and I do, and that's why I'm pausing now. I do respect others, and I recognize my way is not the only way. But on this channel, in my life it is. But you guys know what I'm saying here, okay? And I want to be very loving but powerful in that truth. And for those who get me, they get me. And for those who don't, I'm just going to shut my mouth because we just go into this endless thing. And the next thing we know, we're going on date night, and then we're doing a renovation. And then after 10, 15 years, I fucking hate you. I hate you too. And then we act like we love each other, but we fucking destroyed each other's lives. I ain't doing that. I ain't going to waste my life. And I'm not talking about you, Wendy. I'm just making an example. Where are we at? Where was that? Tony. Pluto. Same here, Tony. Thank you. I didn't know I helped you too. Well, yeah, you did say it. Pluto, thank you, brother. You, Tariq, your family, you've been great, man. You've shared so much on this channel. Thank you. Marcel. He goes, let me read from here too. That's a little bit better. Marcel, at Tony. Amen, brother. Shouts to Canada. Yeah, shout out to Canada, man. It's warming up, guys. Spring is coming. Again, we're going to, I asked a guy, Tony, today, yesterday, I was talking to a guy on the phone from Canada, business-wise, and I asked him, I said, do you guys set the clocks forward for spring in Canada? He goes, yeah. So this Sunday, I believe at 2 a.m., set your clocks forward. That's true. Marcel, read that. Shout out to Canada. Pluto. Every time I want to quit, I hear Sam saying, keep showing up, because when you show up, someone else didn't. Amen. I did a video live feed last night about Chris Hogan getting basically fired or let go from Dave Ramsey. And I thought he was very talented. And I think the two other people below him, they suck. But guess what? They're about to take his spot. See, you don't have to be a great player to move up. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to be the strongest. You got to be the most consistent, and you got to stay out of trouble. I want to repeat that. You have to be the most consistent, and you have to stay out of trouble. You'll get luckier that way. You'll get more money that way, and you'll move ahead that way. And that's all legal. It's all ethical, and it's a good thing. You're reliable. Never forget it. Tony, for real, Pluto. Tony. And just like Sam says, the people giving me trouble have all left. Yes, praise the Lord. Man, it's a good one tonight, Tony. And I'm still here. I love to hear that, man. My performance improved. This is an awesome testimony tonight. And my self-confidence is now high. Thanks, Sam. Nah, thank yourself, man. I tell you guys, once in a while, I just feel very thankful. Because hearing something like that, no bullshit, guys, I mean, that's pretty inspiring, okay? That's powerful. Because it's a simple thing, man, but it's someone improved their life. They changed their life. That's a miracle. But it's also hard work. It's both. It's faith and works. That's awesome, Tony. Tony says, thanks, Marcel. At Wendy, you're right. This channel is mainly for men. Peace and love to you. I'm out. Peace. Yeah, mostly, like I said, mostly is. Yeah, we damn sure ain't gonna be talking about like going out to eat to dinner together, or going on vacation together, or buying a house and renovating it together. Even though I have some great women viewers. My first member Jesse, Lynn from Jersey. So it is for some women. It's not for you. Kathy, my trolls, some of my women trolls. It's definitely for them. They keep coming back. Kathy, because they wanted me to be who their ex was. Okay. And that's okay. I'm not. Okay. Kathy, Sam, your words are very helpful and inspirational. Try to do the best I can. Kathy's a woman. They give me hope and strength. Shout to you. Shout to all my women who get it. To help me get through the bad days. Love your consistency and keep it up. Hey, shout to all my women out there. Love you, Kathy. Thank you very much, Kathy. That was very much a blessing of you. David, listening while delivering pizza. Money bag emoji, David. One delivery. It's got to get you about $10. What I could tell you is this. Delivering pizza, which I did. Delivering DoorDash, which I did. Whether you're doing Uber Eats, Instacart, or delivering for a local pizzeria. To get money to drive your vehicle is a blessing from the Lord. And it's a great side hustle, and some people even make it a main hustle. If you're single, you can do that. And what I could tell you is this, David. Love to you. Drive safe. Drive safe. When in doubt, let someone... This is what I want to tell you, David. Listen, you ain't got to reply. When in doubt, let someone pass you. When in doubt, yield to someone else. Do not rush doing the delivery, because driving safe is your top priority. You can do that and still consistently deliver on time. Once in a while, you may have a late delivery or something like that, but overall, if you drive responsibly and you do everything right, you'll do great. Good job. Kathy, thanks for sharing your opinions generally. Well, Kathy, thank you for sharing your words of, thank you for just sharing your words of encouragement. You coming here, and like I've always said, you've been very gracious. You don't share a lot, you don't ask for a lot, and it's amazing. And I'm just grateful for you. I'm thankful that my words can help you in some way, and you've been a blessing to me. And so I just say mutual love and respect. Thank you. Pluto, you are the spark plug. Yeah, for some people, I'm a spark plug. For some people, I'm not. And I say, for the people I'm not, bye. Okay, and that's all I tell you. Don't let the door hit you. Adam, I'm back. Adam, well, you're back and some people are gone. Adam, that's what happens. Yeah, you're back and someone else left. Now I say, hey guys, when you're yourself, let people come and go in your life that easy. Because it's not fair to keep someone in your life if it's not mutual for both. And it's not fair to trap someone in your life, just for your own selfish things. And what I can tell you is this, Adam, live your life, man, and stay single. And I'm going to preach that word to the day I die for men and women and for transgenders. And for everyone who wants to get married, or getting tangled, blah. I say, blah. As I said, now some people like it, I don't. And I'm never going to preach it. I'm not, because I think it's a disaster. That's my opinion. Okay, so, what I want to tell you is this, guys and girls. We had some great things tonight, some bad things. That's life. My highlight tonight, it was all of you equally, but I want to say that, Tony, man, just thank you for sharing what you shared, man. It was an amazing testimony. Adam says, hell, do my paperwork at work. Time to get the weekend going. Yes. Well, that's right on cue. Everyone out there, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy what you're passionate about. Enjoy your self-care, because don't leave self-care behind on the weekend. Marcel, life is a train ride. Oh, yeah. Anyone can enter your train and leave at one time. Yeah, sometimes I'm throwing motherfuckers off, okay? But not really. I'm just playing. And sometimes they throw me off. That's all right. I love everyone, guys. Stay positive. I love you, Marcel. God bless you.